Okay, ladies and gentlemen, turn 4. We won't marry off the Red Viper just yet, since I can use him for a blood alliance down the road, assuming anybody has a princess. I'm not sure who does. Apparently Robert is skulking south of Stony Sept. Yeah, Tarly's moving north to cut him off. My other stack has moved to Tumbleton to secure the Western River crossing, blah, 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 blah. And he got the info about Robert from Tully, and he believes he may prove a useful asset. The thing is, Tully's also feeding Greyjoy information, so yeah, Tully's just... I don't know what the fuck Tully's doing, but trusting him is not exactly ideal, frankly.
Infidels to kill, Sultan.
Move Dane down here, and the other Dane into Yornwood. And then, we seize all these ridges, taking as little damage as we possibly can. I'll leave behind some shitty troops. Yornwood will move down here to join up with the rest of them, probably take ship from around here. We've got 2 turns on our galleon cog, and then 5 on the war galley. And then that'll take essentially all of these armies over here, then join up with the rest of the fleet. Our fleet continues to blockade this. And we take these lot.
Your enemies shall fall swift. Yes, noble master.
I don't know why, but Baratheon hasn't destroyed all the buildings that he can destroy. Did I sack that? I don't know. I clicked on it like immediately. I'm not sure what it did. But yeah, I can destroy all the buildings in this, which gets me a fuckload more money. Even just keeping the barracks and blacksmith fucking intact is the word I was looking for. Even if it's just keeping those intact, it's gives me a fair bit extra coin. I'm not sure why he hasn't destroyed them, because he's no way he could defend them. But the Red Viper will lay siege to Mistwood. And
orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Leaving the fleet.
How may I serve, Sultan?
You behind.
Course set. Orders, mighty Sultan. Inshallah. Orders, mighty Sultan. Splitting. Orders, mighty Sultan. Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Course set.
Box. Alright, I fucked up on that.
Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
Alright, well, I'll redo the fleet, but essentially, if I do the right movements,
there shall be no mercy for these
I make it so that my fleet is back at full strength, blockading the port, because I need all my ships there, but we'll reload and do the perfect movement for that. Anyway, we'll lay siege to Evenfall Hall, lay siege to Mistwood as well. I'll do some scouting in the trees, and then go redo that movement point there, because I want all my fleets to be... No, actually, yeah, it is right, it does have the movement points. There you go, that's fine. Yeah, we need them all there. So, in the next turn, we should take Mistwood and Evenfall Hall. As like I said, he can't recruit any galleys or anything. There is a risk that he defeats that eventually, if he's, like, been building a galley and a cog inside Storm's End. And then gets 3 galleys and 1 cog. 3 galleys and 1 cog against 2 galleys and a war galley. It's kind of probably like 50-50 odds, which means he's probably going to win it. So worst case scenario, our fleet gets defeated and pushed back, in which case the reinforcements will need to go back up and then push him back again. But it won't be the end of the world in the event that that does happen. What we are going to do is build a bunch of these little Dornish sailor dough things, because they're not half bad, and they've only an upkeep of 100 a turn, so it's not the end of the world. And I do, once I've destroyed all these, most of the buildings at least, I do have fuck tons of money, so it's not too bad. And I'm not losing too much now, actually, about 600 or so a turn, which ain't bad, especially once I take Mistwood and Evenfall Hall, and then Stone Dance as well, and we move on Griffin's Roost. Eventually, Yornwood and the troops from Yornwood and the troops from the Four will all sail across, land at Mistwood around here, along the coast. They'll join up with the Red Viper, and I'll have essentially 3 full stacks going up against Stannis' 1.5, which is still at Storm's End. What it will make it difficult is if Robert somehow sneaks past and gets back to the Stormlands, but I'm hoping that Tyrell does his fucking end of the deal and prevents Robert from doing that. But we'll see. That's about all, really. I'll show you what the endgame looks like. I just need to do some reloading, do some scouting, the usual, basically. Okay, here's the endgame. Those chaps will go to there. I'm moving Ulla up with his other 2 spearmen. Cost me a bit of extra movement points, but not the end of the world. Yornwood's troops there, and Yornwood himself. They'll all join up and sail across, like I've said. I scouted, I couldn't find anything in the trees. I didn't scout too much, but I'm fairly confident that we're fine there. Destroyed most of the buildings inside Greenstone. Destroyed essentially everything inside Rainhouse. Still laying siege to Edenfall Hall. Our fleet is over here where it's supposed to be. That's essentially it for this turn. There's not much to say, really. I sent my diplomat up here to get trade. And that is pretty much it. I also burn everything inside Blackhaven as well. I'll probably destroy both of those for the extra coin down the road. But for now, I'm still making a bunch of money. I'm only losing about, I think it's like 800, 750 or so a turn now. Because I was losing only like 600, but thanks to these two, I'm losing a bit more, but it's not the end of the world once I keep sacking regions and burning all their buildings. Because Baratheon hasn't destroyed his buildings. He should have destroyed all of these. Because that's wasted gold. That he couldn't defend any of these regions. He should have known that immediately and destroyed all of his shit. I mean, really, he could probably destroy Stone Dance's buildings and get away with claiming that, well, you know. The way the rule works for destroying buildings is if there's a superior army one turn away, you can't destroy, but he could claim that he could have forces hidden in the trees I don't know about or some ridiculous bollocks, but yeah, his opening for destroying things is kind of past. I've already taken 2 regions, 3 if you count Blackhaven. Now I'm taking another 2. And all those buildings that he leaves are buildings that I can destroy for more coins, so, his own loss. I am building ships as well, so those would be good. Alright, well, that's all for now. We'll see what happens in the next turn. Turn 5 should be interesting, because I might have to pull back with my fleet, or send this fleet up. It's all dependent on... I mean, he might not even be building shit in Storm's End. If he's really that fucking stupid, then victory is completely and utterly secured. Literally the only minor concern that I have, the only setback that we could suffer, would be our fleet being defeated and getting pushed back. In which case I'd have to send up the reinforcements with a new fleet that we're building down here. Which would set us back a bit, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. But if he's not building ships, then we have literally nothing to worry about whatsoever. So, yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. The next turn will be whenever the hell the next turn is. That's all for now. Soul out.